What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Online in the Stars. I'm Jordan, and we are back today with episode. Goodness me, is this 4? Have I done 4 of these today? I've done 3 of these. So, this is episode 4 of the NX-01 Enterprise build. And I'm just gonna. I keep looking at it, I keep playing with it, and it looks pretty cool so far. I'm pretty stoked about this. A lot of work still to do, but we're about to complete the assembly portion of our build. And first time for me really seeing what a completed Refit Enterprise would look like in a physical form. Of course, I've seen photos of it. Of course, I've seen it on Star Trek Online. But yeah, it's kind of one of those things where I'd really love to see what it looks like physically in my hands. So let's go ahead and do that, shall we? So let's go ahead and start by getting our glue together here. And it's really a pretty quick and easy stage. We're going to be assembling the engineering section and the base, and we're going to set it up. And then for today, after that, I'm going to be doing one more episode of recording today, and then that's going to be, we're going to be moving on from this. After the assembly, we're going to be moving on to the next phase, which is going to be puttying and sanding our model and getting it ready for the next round of paint. So pretty excited about that. That's going to be tomorrow's going to be painting and sealing, and I should be able to finish that pretty early on Christmas Eve morning, and so I've given myself enough time to get it done so I can get it to Matt the day after Christmas because, you know, I'm an awesome friend. So, it's a lot of work putting these models together, and so we also have decal work to do as well. So, yeah, I'm excited about getting this to him and finishing up the model this afternoon to see what it looks like. So, let's go ahead and get started, and where we get started, I believe, doesn't really, the instructions might not for the polar lights model. I said it in the beginning, and you know, I don't even know, I will just say, like, I think it may have been in the episode that was lost. The thing that I don't like about this model, this like particular model series, like polar lights and their models, is the instructions, where it's just not very clear which order you should be doing things. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to start at the top, build everything at the top of this, and then build the bottom and then connect everything. So let's start by putting glue. That's stuck. Start by putting glue on our connection points. And then one of the things I am going to change that's a little bit different, I've noticed there's going to be definitely some putty work that we're going to have to do. And a lot of that putty work could have been avoided if I had glued a little bit more. And so we're going to do that just now. Going to run some glue kind of along these connection points, just to like give a little bit more of a place for things to hold on to, because like I said, there's a couple like the nacelles, for instance. There's just a lot of like work that needs to be done there, and it could have been avoided by having more glue put in place for sure. So that's going to be good for now for the sides. So let's go ahead and connect up the top here. And oh, there we go. And where I wanted to glue, yeah, created a much nicer seam right there. Yeah, that makes me happy. That's nice. Okay. Now what we're going to do while we have the opportunity, a little more glue down along here. Some glue up here at the neck. I can see from underneath here, a little more liberal with our gluing. It's been a long day of this model, I gotta say. It's nice. I'm finally like way ahead on the channel, so I got all of my content for next week already taken care of. So I've got the time to do it. It's the holiday weekend, so feel bad for me as I complain about building a model. There we are. Make sure our pieces are nice and lined up there. I know that this is a connection piece, so I'm just gonna, there we go. All right. So I feel much better about how this top section was built as opposed to how I'd done the saucer before. Just kind of was looking as I was uploading information to the computer, or loading the last video. Okay, so looks like first we have in here, I'm going to make sure that, how is this done? Okay, sorry, I'm just kind of looking. So that goes in the nacelle sweep back. So we go here. And how does that tab into place? So where does that click in? So that goes here. Yeah. Okay. So what's that little tab for? Because there's, this goes in here. Yeah. How interesting. There's a little tab here, and am I doing this wrong? I don't think so. Let me sweep back. Right. Unfortunately, did I? Yeah, I guess I didn't. Yeah, so like, there's this little tab right here that I don't think is supposed to be there, so I'm getting rid of it. That's gonna be a little bit of a tough one, so give me a second. That was actually a little bit easier. I wonder if that's supposed to be there or if it's just a product of the model. Doesn't feel very solid. Probably just part of a sprue. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get that into place. Huh. And it caused it to bend up a little bit right here. Push that back down with a little bit of a solid thing. Yeah, very interesting. Okay. So, kind of caused that to bend a little bit. Let's go ahead and get this one. That one clicked right into place. There we go. Now, let's go ahead and get some of our glue. Let's get a lot of bit of our glue here. And glue underneath. There. And we're going to put a lot where people can't see. I remember a long time ago I built, oh god, it was a fairly large Enterprise D. I think it was like 18 inches or so. And I need some more glue. It's about 18 inches. And yeah, it's a fairly large model. And I remember the nacelles just did not, those struts were very difficult to build. So, yeah, pylons or whatever. There we are. So now I'm going to spin this off into gluing just those spots there where we have our tabs coming in. Let's go ahead and put our piece here right into place. That was satisfying. And this is also going to hold the nacelle pylons, or these aren't really nacelle pylons, although I think they're the same design as the other ones. There we go. That's nice and clicked into place. Nice and solid. That feels good. Okay. So now it says we're going to take 104, this little piece here, this tiny little thing here, and put a little spot of glue there. Grab my tweezers. See if I can get that fixed into place. Nice. That went right in the first shot. Very nice. Very clean. Then number 23, which is this tiny little piece right here. It's kind of crazy. It is going to go in, and looks like it's going to go in sideways here, so I'm going to put a little spot of glue right here. Now, this is going to be, let's see if I can pull this off. I'm already starting to lose some paint here. Very nice. And I'm not sure what excuse me, I'm not sure what that is, but it looks pretty cool. All right, now we take well, I think this was supposed to go in there, but I think I got that wrong. I might be able to fix this. Not, then nope, we're good. So that part didn't make it to the didn't make it. Yep. Well, custom model now. All right. So the top portion's ready to roll. Let us go ahead and affix. See how the dome affixes in place here. Clicks in there. Oh, super nice and easy. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of glue and put it just along the inside, right here, where no one's gonna see. And then right into the little spot, and there's a little tab hole here. I will put it, for the tab goes right there. That goes right there. Nice and clean. I like it. Now, what we're gonna do, I believe, is now take this piece, push it through the nice sensor dome, or excuse me, deflector dish, and then that it's going to get a spot of glue there. Needs to go in a little bit deeper. Let's see how far it's supposed to go now. So it's having a little bit of a tough time. So what I'm gonna do, knock over my glue. I'm gonna grab a file that, you know, the paint process is definitely something I've learned. You know, just the paint process definitely fills out. And any place where there's a hole, you have to make sure to clean up afterwards. Do this without breaking it. We do have a couple of spare ones that are smaller that would work, but Okay. Bore that out just a little bit more. I don't think that was a product of the paint. I think it was just kind of a... There we go. There we go. It just needed the little extra help there. So now we still have our spot of glue there. We're good. Now, just kind of sticks out just a wee bit. Got the glue on the back. Now, let's get our dish set in properly. And to do that, I'm going to put just the tiniest little amount of glue I can grab. Right there. I'm going to slightly pull up and out. I'm going to hold it here for a second. We will be right back. Okay, so now our deflector dish is nice put in place. We're ready to connect up the top and the bottom here, and to do so, it looks like it's going to be done along... I'm going to take these tabs here and connect them into here. So what we're going to do, I think the best approach is going to be to take our glue, hit each one of these connection points so that it catches on the way in. And then we're going to glue along the seams. Get the strings everywhere. I know my approach for gluing creates strings, but I also don't want to over glue. Something I remember doing as a kid, and it was just awful. Need a little bit more glue. It would just drip out everywhere and always create such a mess. I lost a little bit of glue for a little while, I hope. I'm tired of these strings, let me tell you. Okay, so now going to go and just get as much glue along this connection point without getting it over. Just kind of quickly scraping that edge. Not trying to get too much glue, but enough to bond it where it wants to bond. Along the back here. Where the shuttle bay is. Right. So now, let's go ahead and connect up. Ah, I see. And then we're going to put a little bead of glue in right in there. Right in this trough. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and connect up. No, don't do that. Sudden nose itch. Oh my goodness. Worst possible time. There it is. And I guessed wrong where my connection point was going to be. That's fine. We'll just paint over the top. Didn't get the back wrong, however. Squeeze that in, push that in. And that looks like an engineering section, my friends. Connect it up. Okay. So, did a little bit of work there. We're going to have some work with putty to do over here, and that's totally fine. Specifically, like right through here. Might take a spot of glue if I can. There's something a little funny over here. Didn't quite want to sit in place. I'm going to try to just push that down and hold it for a second. And that did the trick. So now, let us make our final gluing connections. And I gotta say, I'm pretty thankful for that. I'm tired of gluing right now. I've been gluing for the last couple of hours, and the smell of it is everywhere in my house. It is in my soul. Currently, I'm crying somewhere. You know, I mean, not crying, but, you know, crying. I'm crying. I'm not crying, you're crying. Okay. So now, that one connects there. There, I don't want to overshoot too much here. Oh, cool. Let's go ahead and get that in the first one. Oh. Oh. And come on. Oh. Don't be a pill. Oh no. Well, y'all saw it here, folks. Old ham-handed Jordan. It's fine. Oh, it's gonna be totally fine. I had that brief moment though. Did I just break it? Thought. It reminded me of the old stage 4. Yeah, the issue here is I painted, I know, too far into this hole. So hoping to clean it up. There we go. Try not to mess up too much of the paint. Why is this not? The first two went in just perfectly. I have to separate this real quick. Not wanting to go in because it's not a perfect hole. There we go. Okay. Oh, I was getting worried there for a second. Now, that is properly definitely some putty work along the seam right there. But my friends, we have here a Refit NX-01. Wow, this is super cool. This is super cool. God, I hope Matt's gonna like this. I know he is, actually. I know he's gonna love it. Okay, let's get the deflector dish all taken care of. And so there we have our side profile, my friends. Look at that. Dude, super nice. I'm really pleased with how that turned out, despite the jank that almost just took place. Here is our head-on view. Nice. Under profile from the other side. Then the profile from the back. That's pretty cool. So now, definitely doesn't sit flat anymore. So let us move all of our tools out of the way. Pleased to be done with all of these for a little while. Pleased to be done with this glue mess. Pleased to stop making a mess on top of my pad here. And let's go ahead and grab. What's funny, I haven't actually opened this yet. Let's grab our pieces. Connection rod. Now, these. Oh, we're not quite done cleaning things up, folks. Not quite. Okay, so there's our base. Let's go ahead and remove, and it's likely I'll paint this off camera. It'll just be fun to do so. Go with a gold or something like that. Or silver to match that. There we are. That's actually a better idea. Okay, so we're going to take one end here, put that there, put this in here, and get that nice and in there so it's in there. There we are. This piece is going to go in here to our connection point. And then this piece connects up. And it allows us to kind of give her an old pose. Oh yes. We have ourselves the NX-01 refit. Oh, this is super cool. There's, I know you can't see it from my angle right now, but so on there, it's kind of super cool. Oh, my friends, we finally assembled our first model. So now we've taken care of the first 3 steps of our plan. Next thing up is going to be the puttying and the sanding, getting it all ready for the next coats of our paint. So, I want to thank you so much for watching today. I know there was 1,000 things you could be doing, maybe even 1,000,000, or maybe just one. But either way, you took some time out of your day to watch my video, and I want to say thank you so much for that. If you'd like to leave any tips, tricks, questions, comments, please leave them down below. If you'd like to support the channel, please like and subscribe. And until we see each other again, my friends, live long and prosper.